after I run qual here. I'll show my race setup as well. I was hoping there would be a good turnout for this race. I'm the #1 plate, which is a scary thing. But I get, you know, Motegi, I don't know why we keep putting this in the official series, because nobody races it. I don't say nobody races it, but it just doesn't have very good participation. So, you see the nature of the track is just a bunch of really slow turns connected by long straightaways.
Okay, here comes your first timed lap.
Well, last night I decided to throw a setup together real quick for this. Looked at one of the many. This is a track that for some reason I have a lot of old setups in. Because I guess I never really could settle on what I wanted it to do here. But last night in practice I was able to run a 37.6. So I think, I don't know. It's just getting the tires up to pressure is a big chore here.
One more
Not a
lap.
very good one.
1 minute 39.168.
Yeah, see, another lap or so, his tires, the next lap would be another half second faster. His tires would come in better.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
Yeah, well, I was afraid of that too. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll do a little setup view here. So for qual setup, you know, those are my tire pressures, downforce trim, rear wing position.
Ok, merci.
And there is my chassis settings.
Je pars avec le plan ou pas?
I need subtitles in here. And drivetrain. Alright, so now I'm going to go and load my race setup. There are my drivetrain setups for the race. My chassis setup. And my tires. There we go. We'll do that. Try to get that car to rotate a little bit quicker. So how's everybody doing this morning? I see that there's 4 people in here watching. Hope you guys are having a good Martin Luther King Day. I know I am, because I'm in here racing. Obviously, it's not going to be a competitive race, so I'm going to be hot lapping, which means we'll be discussing various topics throughout the race. So did I load my race set? I did, okay. For those of you just joining, I did do a setup view. So you might want, if you're on live time, you want to see the setup, take some notes or anything, you'll get to backtrack a little bit. But the $1,000,000 question is, should I start from the pits, knowing that I can outpace Flavio by at least a second, and I'm sure it'll get bigger, the gap will get bigger as the race goes on because my setup is going to be faster after several laps. Should I start from the pits? Should I risk that? There's a decent amount of GT1
Ok,
cars to
good luck
swim through.
everyone. Bonne chance tout le monde.
Anybody? No? Gloves
Ouais,
back
pour une
on.
première en plus du direct, ça va être chaud. Hein.
And grid. I guess we'll grid. We'll
One
go ahead
lap
and
to
grid.
green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
Something's goofy with my field of view for some reason. Maybe it's just me. It's too late now. There's a delay. And I won't be able to see what you guys are saying during the race. Unless my daughter comes in here, I'll ask her to read it to me because my other computer is behind me. For races like this, I really need to figure out, I really need to get the text thing figured out so that I can see what y'all are saying, because this is, you know, I hate to say that. It sounds
Get
really
ready,
shitty of me,
going
but,
green.
you know, unless I trip and
The
fall,
pace car is in.
there's no danger to me. But Flavio's in here. Flavio's usually a pretty
Green,
decent
green,
driver.
green.
So my mission now is not to put down the fastest laps I possibly can, because I don't have to. It's just to turn in a clean race for a change. Almost blew that right there. I was laying in bed in there a little while ago watching Dumb and Dumber. I was contemplating not coming in for this race and standing there and watching Dumb and Dumber. But the movie cracks me up. The original one. The original one, of course. Great movie. Surprised it took them so long to do a sequel. Kind of ruined it. Yeah, see, back end's a little skatey when I changed that wing setting, because these tires aren't gripped up yet. But I wanted to shift a little bit of downforce of the front end for that turn right there to help the front end grip.
1 minute 42.004.
Matt Owens is in here running GT1, Autobahn regular. Been there for all 4 seasons thus far and will be there for season 5. Scott Corbin's joining us for season 5. Glad to have you on board, Scotty. If you're like me, you hate Scotty as much as I hate Johnny. Pitched it too much that time. It's a fine line with that turn. You want to take a last second entry instead of taking a tight one, so you run the risk of kicking the rear too far. Flavio's not falling back as fast as I was thinking.
1 minute 39.892.
Of course, I'm not running as fast as I was thinking I was going to be either. 39.8. Oh well. As was necessary in this one. I don't know. I think I made a couple of changes that may have an adverse effect on how this car is driving. Marco, are you idiot? Well, is he going to answer in the affirmative, you think? Oh, it's rhetorical. Well, that sucks, because who did that? Let's see who got him. You can't see there. I hate to see anybody get taken out. people put so much time practicing, getting ready. They wait. The race starts, and 2 laps later, boom, you're cleaned out.
1 minute 40.101.
Reported. What Marco do? Be interesting to see. Totally messed that one up. Flavio's catching me. I love that name, Flavio. It is a great name. There's so many great names running around. Then there's mine. That's so boring. I'm American, baby. Our names don't mean shit. Name that movie. Esmeralda Villalobos. Should be an easy movie to name. Unless you're just not cool and you've never seen it.
One minute 40.698.
I need to change some settings here. Shift with my left hand. Turn this down with my right.
One minute 39.612.
Interesting. Taking that wide looping arc ended up being faster than holding it in a more traditional double apex line. This will get a little interesting again when I catch GT traffic. Say again like it was interesting in the first place.
1 minute 39.4.
Flavio's not falling back like I thought he was going to. Wow, that was almost... It wouldn't have been catastrophic, it would just been an incident, which I'm trying to avoid for a change. Consciously trying to avoid them. Which is a big switch for me. Usually I rack them up like a pinball machine. We're catching our first GT1 car. This track poses a problem with them because of these slow acceleration zones. You have no place to really carry a lot of momentum based on downforce on them. So you have to pass them on these slow exits. That's tough to do. Especially when you catch them in a place like this. It's so painful.
Clear. 1 minute 41.85.
Brian held his line, ran his race line. All I can do is follow him. That's all that you can ask of those guys. Wide there. Just read what Philippe had to say. It's just thanks. That's why I hate those messages. They always draw my attention. Alright, so let's see what kind of football fans we have here. Who is the only quarterback who has won 2 Super Bowls that's not in the Hall of Fame? Obviously Eli Manning doesn't count because he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame, so he's still playing. What quarterback eligible for the Hall of Fame? Let's put it that way. That has won 2 Super Bowls and is not in. There's only one.
One minute 40.361.
And Peyton, I guess, didn't count. Falls in there too. He's not eligible. Of course, he'll be a first balloter. Anyone? I'll give you a hint. He had a gigantic head. His helmet barely fit him.
Stop on the right.
Matt in 5th place. All right, Matt. Good job, buddy.
Slow car ahead, go left.
Not even going to try to say his name. I'm just going to call him Augie.
1 minute 40.282.
Augie, bad move. Turn in. Go ahead and go. Anyone? There's Matt. Matt, you're letting Douchey get away.
One minute 39.753. Car on your left.
I like that. My spotter's too busy reading out the lap time. Tells me car on the left after I've already passed him. This track makes time just seem to stop. Turns like that right there.
One minute 39.81.
Let's try this wide looping line through that turn, see what it does. Yeah, see? It's actually faster than holding a traditional double apex line.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Oh, it was douchey. I should have known. Got to be real careful because the risk reward is real unbalanced in this race. I'm gonna get Dick for championship points. I'll get Dick for iRating gain. But if I get in a wreck, I'm gonna get smoked on iRacing.
1 minute 39.518.
Okay, so I have some bastard children here on this tire pressure. But one won't come in out the rain. Look at that, 27.3. I'm gonna stop looking at that. Smoking those front tires. He's gonna gain on me a little bit in this one.
1 minute 40.724. Slow car ahead, car stopped ahead, go right.
You blew your turn, buddy, not me. That was gonna be my fastest time by quite a ways. Oh, there he goes into the pit. If he hadn't blown his turn, I wouldn't have caught him. Still gonna be my fastest time, but not by very much.
1 minute 39.381. Car right. Clear on the right.
Nobody knows the trouble I found. Nobody knows my sorrow. It's a lonely race in the dark.
1 minute 40.034.
Man, I could really go for an egg a movie muffin. Maybe a cow tipper. For 10 points, name that movie. I see somebody posting back there, but I can't read it. It's too far away. Sorry guys, I got the screen behind me. It's my other computer, so. Well, we had blue skies outside after that thunderstorm yesterday. Always a tricky part.
One minute 40.031.
Oh man, I think the clock is slow. Somebody bombarded all the cones. Been jamming. First place. Now he's running away too. Well, I guess it's just right where it's supposed to be. The number one plate in HPD is ahead. The number one plate in GT1 is leading. So this is an example of where iRating is working. Of course, that is rarely the case. I think I have 189 wins now, and I'm very rarely the number one plate. See, he's going to have to let out for me to get past him.
Car right.
And luckily, he's not in a Corvette.
One minute 40.138.
There's an example of what not to do. Flavio's not going away though. Gotta give Flavio credit. He's running a good race. He's hanging in there. His pace is decent. Mine's not exactly any good, but didn't help that I bloated my left front tire. So only 5 HPDs left. I think we only started with 7 though, so. Yeah, the front tire's not on the grip anymore. Whoa. That was a tense moment.
1 minute 40.357.
Let's do a tear off. There we go. Oh, clean, nice and clean.
Thanks.
There's Augie.
1 minute 39.714. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Guillaume. And Guillaume, while I appreciate you letting me go like that, you probably don't want to do that because all you're doing is teaching HPD drivers that it's okay to dive bomb you. Because they're going to expect every GT car to do that.
Left side. Clear on the left. One minute 40.778.
Here we go. One thing's for certain, Flavio's definitely keeping me honest. 'Cause after 21 laps, I didn't expect him to only be 8 seconds back. Good thing I didn't start from the pits. Of course, had I started from the pits, I would have had a lot more urgency in my driving. Which, of course, could have ended in disaster. But I think every time I've started in the pits like that, I've managed to come through okay. At least that I can remember off the top of my head. That's a fun braking zone right there because you're coming downhill. Why is my wife texting me when she's in the same house?
1 minute 39.858.
Does anybody else's wife do that? Text you while they're in the same house?
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Hey, you know what? It's been so long since I run this track, I can't remember what pit road's like, or the exit for it. I do remember it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I don't remember exactly the layout. Wow. That prototype looks like a rolling trash can.
Left side.
Good God, man, how many
Clear on
times
the
did you
left.
roll that car over?
1 minute 40.593.
Had to flip that thing at least 6 times. Flavio's catching me now. He's saving for his second win. Okay, I don't like that either. Track out onto your racing line. Let me pass on the inside. That's just dangerous.
One minute 40.242. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Minutes. Golly, this is like watching water boil. This race is taking so long.
1 minute 40.211. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Sorry, Patrick, didn't mean to spook you there, buddy. Oh no! Oh,
You got about 2 laps
the
of
trees.
fuel left.
I looked down and picked up the incident. Ah, that's how it goes. I'm trying to remember this pit entrance. It has like a weird hitch to it, if I remember correct. Messed that all up.
One minute 40.846.
Downhill turn. The thing is interesting. Alright, see if I have enough of a lead to get in and out of here quicker than Flavio. Oh yeah, plenty.
Two minutes 6.008.
I need this race to end.
1 minute 44.02.
Hey, track out on your racing line. Give me the inside on the
Left
exit. Don't alter your line in the
Still
corner.
there. Clear.
Is this thing over yet? 13 minutes. It's like the day the earth stood still.
One minute 41.736.
There, just like
Right
that.
side.
Perfect.
Still there. Clear on the right.
Don't know what Guillaume's doing, but whatever. If it didn't cost him a lot of time, more power to him.
Left side. Clear. One minute 40.858. minute 39.857.
Yeah, so a guy in the hardware forum thought that the buildup on the tear off that I have going right now, I'm about to tear it off. He thought that that was a problem with his graphics card. Boom, there it goes. Bet he breathed a sigh of relief when he found out that it's a feature in the game. Seven minutes. Good lord.
1 minute 40.315.
We're getting down to the home stretch though. With a 19-second lead on Flavio. Or 18-second, whatever it is. Second. Alright, whatever. Most of that gained in the pit sequence because he was about 7 to 8 seconds back on the before that.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Well, that's a good thing because we got about 5 laps of racing left.
One minute 39.846.
Allergies are nuts today. Where's he going? Alright, I predict 83 points for this race. And an iRating gain of 12.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Almost collected number 2.
1 minute 40.118. One minute 39.476.
Whoa. Car wouldn't turn. Well, there's two incidents. Like we'll have one lap remaining. Should get the white flag this time by.
You got about 2 laps of fuel.
God, what a boring race. I feel bad for you guys that sat through and watched this. This wasn't anything going on. I didn't have any good material prepared for this because I figured it was going to be a full race, but it happens.
1 minute 40.
They can't all be winners, now can they, kid?
Right side. Clear.
And here we come for victory number 190. I'm actually paying attention to my win count again since I'm closing in on 200. You know, about 30 of which are decent wins. And there's a lot of wins like this.
You won! You drove a great race.
Fireworks! Alright. I love some fireworks. Wow, did Marco do that to your car? Does that thing look bad? Well, I'll go look at it, so it'll actually be on my stream as well. So you go to my YouTube channel, which is my name, you can view it there too. And maybe get some opinions of people who watched. Yeah, it's a dicey little pit entry there. Woohoo! Alright, so... sorry. Okay, so let's see here. Let's look at... Let's look at the beginning of the race. Okay, let's go back to Javi. Let's see what happens here. Alright, that's Javi in the blue and white car. What lap did he say this happened on? Oh, lap 3. Oh, ouch. Wow. Let's look at that from chopper cam. This is a case of no situational awareness by the 14 car. The 14 car had a serious lack of situational awareness there. Yeah, Flavia, you re-entered just fine. You stayed on your side of the track. That's not on you at all, except for the initial incident of just running off the track. But you came back in the right manner. Yep. Boom. Get your ass off the track. All right, guys. Well, that's all there is to it today. I will catch you in the next one that I decide to run and maybe stream. I'm gonna try to do the Nürburgring race sometime today if it goes official. So I will run the Nürburgring in the Nissan GTP ZXT. Hopefully see you then.